Gente, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos de nuevo, espero que estén muy bien. Bienvenidos aquí de nuevo al canal, a Final Fantasy XVI. Nada, recuerden que aquí arriba siempre tienen la lista de reproducción del juego para que pues se vean los capítulos anteriores. Nosotros aquí continuamos con la misión principal, que tremendo bajonazo pegó el juego después de que se escapó Kupka. Ya saben, muchísimas gracias para todas las personas que están suscritas. Coño, cada vez somos más. Mira, un beso, los quiero. Para los que no, quédense un ratillo, se pueden suscribir, dejar su me gusta, lo pueden compartir si quieren. Y nada, vamos a ver qué va a pasar. Por favor, dame una misión importante.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
A ver.
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is
Vale, llegó el tío. Qué hermoso. Es increíble, ¿no? Qué locura.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
Menos mal, en el capítulo pasado no continuamos aquí la misión.
No reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great
¿Quién está ahí?
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and...
Yo también, no te lo voy a negar.
It is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
Que se joda la
There will
gente.
be losses. It is
Míralo.
true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
A ver,
For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
puede que sea una forma un poco cínica de pensar, ¿no? Pero, o sea, tiene toda la razón.
Dion?
Ah, lo siento mucho.
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire,
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
Yo entiendo por qué los protas que, o sea, digamos, buenos,
that is your wish, your Radiance. I shall depart at once.
como Clive. Yo tengo un serio problema con Clive. O sea, él quiere salvar a todo el mundo. No, papá, no puedes salvar a todo el mundo. La mejor forma de salvar la mayor cantidad, la forma más eficiente de salvar a la mayor cantidad de personas es acabando con esta guerra de una vez por todas. Y si eso significa lanzar un ataque e irte de boca contra el enemigo, pues ponle huevos, machote.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true.
Y este idiota lo que está es manipulado, pero por todos lados.
Disappoint me, Dion.
¿Qué dicen los astrólogos? Mira. Claro, es que ya le conviene, ¿no? Porque este es el hijo de ella, bastarda, que eres una desgraciada, lo siento. Vendió a sus dos hijos anteriores y pues se va a cargar al hijastro nuevo. Trajo puta gente.
Only one way to find out.
The little ones have been up to their It's just one thing after another around here.
Quiero ver cómo será el momento cuando le llegue su hora. Porque le va a llegar, gente. O sea, está más claro que el agua. De que le va a llegar su hora, pero quiero por lo menos de que, verga, sufra un poquito, ¿no?
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
¿Eh?
2,000?
Dijo 2.000. No 20 millones.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Por fin, un poquito, avanzamos algo, ¿no?
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka
¿Qué van a
away
hacer? ¿Que le
from
crezcan
under
mano?
their very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Okay.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy.
Vamos.
It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Todos los caminos llevan a Roma.
To accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy.
Se nos va a ir el capítulo hablando con los amigos, gente.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop on.
Lo bueno es que como ya nos hicimos las secundarias, hicimos lo de la casa en el capítulo pasado, pues nos largamos de una vez.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Ok. Habla con Otto. Ay, Dios. Pues no hablas con este que tengo aquí. No. Vámonos, por favor.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let
Vamos.
us away to adventure.
Ok. Es lo que digo, como ya hicimos misiones disponibles, no nos queda nada. Enemigos en la región, ¿qué? Ey, espera un segundo, gente. Ah, pero es en esa región. Ok, ok. Hay una casa o algo en esta región, ¿no? Debí haber revisado el tablero antes. Por si acaso, ¿sabes?
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's
El
Fang
pobre
leads
Torgal se
there.
está muriendo, gente. Muriéndose del calor, pobrecillo. Que no. Dirá que alguien me saque de aquí. Por favor. Acertijo de las arenas. Ok.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Por cierto, sí. Ah, mira, voy a hacer algo rápido, ¿no? Lo busco. Pues si hay uno aquí, lo podemos hacer antes de continuar, gente. Lo hacemos, ¿no? A ver, la última que hicimos fue el asesino del pantano. Sí hay uno, gente. Y está para allá arriba, pero nos lo marcará. Vamos para allá.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember.
Aunque no creo que podamos porque vamos con el tío, ¿no? Supongo que hay que llegar y que nos dejen solo, nos suelten.
When your brother arrived, that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
A ver... Uy, es que allá arribota. No creo que el tío nos ayude en el combate, no. Lo dudo. Uf. Esto es lejísimo, gente.
Have you lost your way already, my boy? The ruins mark the road.
Ay, sí, no, vamos para la posada. No me va a dejar, gente. No me va a dejar. Por más de que yo quiera, creo que no me va a dejar, así que vamos a hacer lo que hay que hacer y ya una vez nos suelten la mano, echamos el ojo hasta allá. Coño. Por favor.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Por supuesto. Te la acepto, tío.
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
¿Qué bolas? No me parece. No me parece. Completamente de desacuerdo con eso. Como que no aceptan perros en el local.
Good day to you. Eating?
Nah, una cervecita.
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Hermano.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Hermano. A ver, gente tan cerca pero tan lejos, no, coño.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead's skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads. But we've got business in
Un hijo de puta, pero es que es un desgraciado con una música a todo volumen. Y de paso una música asquerosa. Ya se largó, gente, pero igual, o sea, horrible la puta música.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Que se armó, gente, se armó la... ¡Ey! Esta cantidad de vida. A ver, quiero probar esto. A ver. ¿Y estos bichos qué? O sea, estos enemigos qué, de verdad. Para de comer, hijo. O sea, un segundo, tío, por favor. Y aparte cerdo.
That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
¿Qué tiene el Joshua, gente? O sea, él siempre estuvo como enfermito, pero ¿qué tendrá?
Clive?
Su comida favorita y tal. La reconozco.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
¡Perrito!
Where are you?
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We
Pensé
should
que era
press
un
on
ítem,
before
gente.
their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang.
Vamos,
It
pues.
would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
Que no lo encontramos este capítulo, gente. Ni de coña.
Not
Ni
by
de coña lo
force, I
encontramos.
trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
A ver, habla con los ciudadanos.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your home.
Emergency is they've shut down the whole mine.
For God's sake.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
A ver. ¿Y el otro?
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not...
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask Ferda. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand.
Que le vamos a preguntar a todo el pueblo, gente, antes de que él demos con... Me jodas.
Thank you kindly. Well,
Por lo menos la musiquita está relajante, está bonito todo.
Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Wait, incense! What wax candles?
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
¿Por qué siempre un burdel, ah? ¿Por qué?
Do you think we can trust him?
No.
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Bueno, se viene. Ah, llegaron más gente. ¿Sabes qué siento yo? Que al juego le faltan como más combos, ¿no? A ver, es que ¿qué quieres que te diga? No, no inútiles, gente.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill
Hell no.
is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Vamos. A ver, no está mal, no. Y es interesante y estás llegando, obviamente no van a confiar en ti y pues se tiene que desenvolver la historia de alguna forma u otra, ¿no? Pero es que loco, o sea.
Ubo's Forge, the Briar's Kiss.
So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
Ya querías tú que fuese una mujer, ¿no, tío?
Mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
Loco, llevamos 40 minutos de habladera de paja. 40 minutos hablando tonterías aquí.
Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid II?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way.
A ver, no entiendo. Yo me iría y les reviento la boca a los soldados y paso por ahí.
Tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
Bueno, quiero que me hagas un pequeño favor y ahí sí.
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine.
Exacto, ya terminado, ¿verdad? ¿Qué coño es lo que quieres? Y ya está todo.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
No serás un tonto, ¿no?
It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play.
Chamaco.
Let us divide our forces, Clive.
Chamaquito.
I'd not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
No hay nada para hacer aquí en este pueblo del
I
coño.
thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Ajá,
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with...
Vamos a terminar esta, gente, ¿no?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves.
pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Ah, pues gracias por tanta información, de verdad.
This isn't the first time I've seen one of these.
Soy tonto porque donde llegamos le hubiese dado, ¿no?
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Cuando tus planes se hunden, rellénalos con delicias, ¿vale? Cuando tus panes se hunden, ¿yo qué planes? Mi madre, le hago lo que quiero. Estoy mal de la cabeza, gente.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you.
Estoy demasiado mal pensado, gente. ¿Qué espada, ¿de qué espada estamos hablando?
Have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets of Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
Ya te dimos dinero, así que cállate. Coño, cállate. Joda. Y seguramente mucho más dinero de lo que valía las 4 tablas esas que tenías ahí, que supuestamente eran mesas y sillas. Por favor. Dios, qué hater estoy, gente. Estoy en modo super hater, pero esto, madre. De verdad, o sea, es...
Let me treat you.
¿Dónde está?
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It would
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
¿Dónde coño está el tío?
Why is the tavern shut?
Vale, era por aquí, pero...
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
A ver.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
Claro, como el tío está podrido en plata.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying
No, ahora sí, lo vamos dejando por aquí,
Perfect
gente.
place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Lo vamos dejando por aquí. En el capítulo que viene, pues continuaremos con la misión principal. Aparte me dio sueño, gente. Está aburridísima esta parte del juego, no te voy a mentir. Gente, espero que les haya gustado, que se hayan divertido, no sé, que se hayan pasado un buen rato. La historia no está mal, está bastante aburrida, no te voy a mentir. Esta parte está floja, pero floja, flojísima. Pero bueno, ya cada vez estamos más cerca de Kupka y poco a poco, ahí va, el juego va poco a poco. Espero que les haya gustado, que se hayan divertido. Ya saben, muchísimas gracias de verdad para todas las personas que están suscritas. Para los que no, si llegaron hasta acá, coño, suscríbanse, que a mí me ayuda un montón. Y si lo quieren compartir, háganlo, que también ayuda muchísimo, de verdad que ayuda mucho. Y nada, gente, que estén muy bien y nos vemos en el capítulo que viene. Chao.